Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm discussing a topic that frequently comes up with clients in their coaching sessions, especially in career coaching. In today's demanding environment, it's easy to find yourself less than enthusiastic about your job, and you may start to disengage slowly, doing just enough to get by without fully investing. We refer to this as quiet quitting, and it's way more common than you'd think. Unlike formally resigning, quiet quitting involves a gradual withdrawal from work responsibilities and a decline in effort. This can happen without you even realizing it, as it often starts subtly and grows over time. So today I'm looking at quiet quitting, why it happens, how to recognize it, and what to do about it. I'm Jo Banks. I've been a professional executive business coach for 15 years, and I'm sharing what I know. Understanding the psychological contract. To grasp why quiet quitting happens, it's essential to understand the concept of the psychological contract, something we often talk about in human resources, HR. This is an unwritten, informal set of expectations and obligations between you and your employer. It includes things like mutual respect, job security, opportunities for advancement, and reasonable workload. When these expectations are met, you likely feel motivated and engaged. However, when there is a perceived breach in this contract, such as feeling undervalued, overworked, unsupported, unappreciated, it can lead to dissatisfaction and disengagement. In my experience of almost 20 years in HR, followed by a 15-year career as an executive coach, once this psychological contract has been broken, there's no getting it back. Signs you might be quiet quitting. Recognizing quiet quitting in yourself can be challenging, as it often begins with small changes. So here are some of the signs that you might be checking out from your job. Number 1, minimal engagement. You participate less in meetings, offer fewer suggestions, and avoid taking on new responsibilities. You do the bare minimum and no longer seek to contribute beyond your basic job requirements. Number 2, reduced initiative. You no longer volunteer for new projects or tasks and avoid taking the lead on assignments. Your focus is on completing only what's necessary without any additional effort. Number 3, declining performance. Your work quality decreases and you make more mistakes than usual. You might miss deadlines or produce work that isn't up to your usual standards. Number 4, increased absenteeism. You may take more sick or personal days and find reasons to be away from work. Even when present, you might be mentally checked out, doing non-work related activities during work hours. Number 5, lack of interest in professional development. You stop pursuing opportunities for growth, such as training sessions, workshops, or seeking feedback from your boss or colleagues. You no longer set career goals or strive for improvement. The psychological impact of quiet quitting. Quiet quitting doesn't just affect your work, it also has significant psychological effects. As you disengage, you may start to feel frustrated, helpless, and even resentful. Your self-esteem and your confidence can suffer as you begin to view yourself as less capable or less valuable. This disengagement can also spill over into other areas of your life, impacting your relationships and overall well-being. Quietly checking out can also create a negative feedback loop. As your performance declines, you may receive negative feedback from your manager or peers, which can further demotivate you and reinforce your feelings of disconnection. Why do we quietly quit? Understanding why you might be quietly checking out is crucial to addressing it. Several factors can contribute to your disengagement. Number one, lack of recognition. It's easy to lose motivation when your efforts are not acknowledged or rewarded. Feeling unappreciated can lead to resentment and a lack of effort. Number two, poor management. Ineffective or unsupportive managers can make you feel undervalued and overlooked. A clear lack of communication and feedback can also contribute to your disengagement. In a recent article, I discussed why managers should never cancel or postpone one-to-one meetings and should always check in with quieter or more introverted employees. The link will be below if you're interested in that. Number three, unrealistic expectations. High demands without adequate support or resources can lead to burnout. When you're consistently overworked and stressed, disengaging can seem like a coping mechanism. Number four, lack of growth opportunities. If you feel stuck in your role and there's no clear path for advancement, there's a good chance you're going to lose interest and not want to put in extra effort. Number five, mismatch of values. When your personal values no longer align with the company's culture or practices, it can create a sense of disconnection and dissatisfaction. I think, in my experience, this is the number one reason why people come to me for career coaching. Clients will often say, I hate my job, I need to leave. And then my role is to establish whether they do indeed hate their job or whether there's been a fundamental values clash between them, their manager, or other leaders within the organisation. Frequently, I find it's the latter. Typically, they've had a change of immediate line manager, or there's been a change in CEO who has their own way of doing things. Although the organisation may have their values printed on their wall or on their website, they aren't evidenced through the behaviours and actions of the new regime. Quietly checking out from team activities. One of the most apparent signs of quiet quitting is withdrawing from team activities and projects. This can manifest in various ways. Number one, decreased communication. You might stop engaging in informal conversations or avoid team building activities. You may contribute less in meetings or try and avoid them altogether. Number two, avoiding collaboration. You prefer working alone and avoid collaborative projects. You might hesitate to share your ideas or feedback with your team. Number three, reduced social interaction. Participation in social events, whether in person or virtual, becomes infrequent. You might make excuses to skip team lunches or after-work gatherings or any other type of social activity. What to do if you recognise that you're quiet quitting? If you realise that you're quietly quitting your job, it's essential to take action to address the issue before things go so far that the psychological contract between you and the organisation is broken irrevocably, and also before your confidence and self-esteem start to erode. Here are some steps that you can take. Number one, reflect on your job satisfaction. Take some time to assess what aspects of your job you find fulfilling and which ones you find draining. Understanding the root causes of your disengagement can help you identify specific areas to address. I recommend asking yourself, do I dislike my job? In other words, is it no longer challenging? Do I no longer enjoy the content of what I'm doing? Or has there been a fundamental values clash between you and more senior management? And that's usually due to a change in leadership, whether that's your immediate manager or someone higher up the chain, typically the CEO, MD, the most senior role in the organisation. Number two, communicate with your manager. Have an open and honest conversation with your manager about how you're feeling. They may not be aware of your dissatisfaction and could help to address some of your concerns. Discuss your workload, opportunities for growth and development, and any other factors affecting your engagement. If you find it difficult to have that type of conversation, make sure that you are subscribed and you've hit that notification bell, because in a couple of videos, I'm going to be doing one on how to have difficult conversations. And I've got a checklist in there, and I'll talk you through exactly how to prepare any conversation that might feel difficult for you. Number 3, seek professional development. Look for opportunities to develop new skills or take on new challenges. This can reignite your interest in your work and provide a sense of purpose. Consider pursuing training programs, attending workshops, or seeking mentorship. Number 4, set personal goals. Setting short-term and long-term career goals can give you something to strive for and help you stay focused and motivated. Having clear objectives can provide direction and a sense of accomplishment. Number 5, consider your work-life balance. Evaluate how your job fits into your overall life. Ensure that you have a healthy balance between work and personal activities. Taking care of your mental and physical health is crucial for maintaining engagement and motivation in any job. Number 6, explore new opportunities. If, after taking the steps I've just discussed, you still feel disengaged and unhappy, it might be time to consider whether the job or the company is a right fit for you. Sometimes a change of environment or a new role can reignite your passion and commitment. More often than you might think, this type of quiet quitting happens because deep down you know it's time to leave and move on. But that's too scary and overwhelming, and so you stop yourself, or rather your subconscious stops you. It's actually a form of self-sabotage, which I often refer to as misguided self-love. The wrap-up. Quiet quitting is a subtle but significant issue that can creep into your professional life without you even noticing it. Recognizing the signs and understanding the underlying causes are crucial first steps in addressing your disengagement. By reflecting on your job satisfaction, communicating with your manager, seeking professional development, setting goals, and evaluating your work-life balance, you can take proactive steps to re-engage with your work. Remember, well-being and fulfillment are essential for all of us, and taking action to address quiet quitting can lead to a more satisfying and productive career. What next? If you have any words of wisdom on this topic or any questions you'd like me to answer, please leave them in the comments section below. I really love interacting with you all and value your feedback. Or if there's any topics you'd like me to cover on the channel, again, please leave them below. I love hearing from you, and I always try to incorporate your suggestions into new videos. In fact, this is a video that's been requested. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a thing. Finally, as always, a huge thank you to everybody who stays until the very end, and thank you so much for all your support. It really does mean the world to me.